This is Redneckerson. Well, I'm coming to you today with my tax and employment plan, seeing as how the folks in Washington are having a hard time figuring this out. It comes in three parts. One, there's some personal income tax. That's just a flat tax on all forms of income. Don't know, I reckon it'll be about 20%. There's no deductions, and there's exemptions. So if you're a family of four or something making 40,000, you're going to get some calculated exemption, kind of even the playing field for those between the have and the have-nots. But the flat tax, if you get dividends and interest like Romney, you're still going to have to pay some tax on that. None of this avoiding tax by just being a millionaire. Then here's something, part two, it's corporate tax. Phase that baby out over 35 years. Guess what? Who pays the corporate tax? The consumer. If you buy a car, don't you think that General Motors knows it's got to pay a tax and that you have got to help them pay that tax? Same thing with every other kind of corporate tax. It's passed on to you, the consumer. But you can't just turn that faucet off overnight, or we'll have like a big shortfall of money. So you got to let people know that it's coming. Take 35 years to phase it out. Gives people plenty of time to adjust. They know that good days are coming, and by believing the good days are coming, they come a little sooner. It's called optimism. And then part three is tariff. I know that's a bad word in a free economy. Guess what? It's not a free economy. There are countries that cheat, subsidize, including us. Yep, including us with farmers. Most industrial goods. China's subsidized by having cheap energy for ages. So, who do we tax? First, I think who we tax is anybody that's got a trade imbalance with the U.S., say that's out of kilter more than about 10%. Like if they sell us $200 billion and they only buy $10 billion, they're going to get a tariff. Now, we don't want to get punitive and start some big war. We just kind of want to slowly bleed them to death. So I'm talking about a 10% tariff max. And as they bring the trade balance in alignment, then it gets okay. It disappears. We're selling as much to them as they are to us. Now, what are we going to put a tariff on? Raw materials? Nope. Somebody wants to send some steel ore here to go into a steel plant to make steel in America. We'd be downright foolish to put a tariff on that. So we only want to put a tariff on finished goods, like the manufactured, like stainless steel or something. And we might even want to we have to draw the line somewhere, but we don't want to do the low end stuff. We want to do stuff like stainless, not mild steel. Anybody can do that. Let the Chinese do that. We'll take the high end stuff. But anyway, we'll draw a line and we'll define it for our own good where that line is between finished and unfinished goods. And we're only doing it with people that we got a trade imbalance with. And of course, we got our friends, neighbors, Mexico and Canada, that we got special deals with already. We're not going to break those things. We've made a deal, we stick to it. That's what it means when you're American. Shake hands, and that's the way it is. So the other thing, that tariff thing, will, as we reduce the corporate tax, it'll kind of delay that onset of the loss of revenues. And it'll let people know that we don't cotton to unfair trade practices. Now, I wouldn't put any names in it like China, But I would describe the conditions under which someone's going to be taxed, and I think the easiest one is just a big, huge trade imbalance. And then we'll just describe the shoe, and then if the shoe fits, we'll put the tax on. Don't want to start any international trade wars, and we don't want to get punitive, and we don't want to give our congressmen another way to tap into some big gold mine, because guess what? Any tariff that's put on something, guess who pays for it? Yep, the consumer. That would be us. So you don't want to get crazy there. You don't want prices in Walmart doubling overnight. But a little bit to put a little pressure on them and give our companies a little bit of tax break, phasing out the corporate tax, and give them a little margin there in their sales. I reckon that's a way to get some jobs moving back over here. Kind of just shift the balance just a little bit. Don't want to fall off the table, but you want to tilt it a little bit. So that's a three-pronged attack. One, flat tax, all forms of income, rich or poor, you're going to pay flat tax. No deductions. Sorry about your house there, but we're not going to artificially support the housing industry. But if you are down on your luck and down, we are going to have exemptions. And we'll have to flush out the details of this if people are interested. But I've already given you more details than Romney on his plan. So, I wouldn't vote for me. That'd be a pretty crappy president. But anyway, I can figure out the tax policy. And I can tell you what I figured out. Part 2, again, refresh your mind, phasing out the corporate tax. Get competitive. If you're going to make something, you're going to say, dang, there's a good stable environment in America, skilled workforce, and we hear their corporate tax is going down. Looks like a mighty fine place to go. We got some environmental issues and overregulation we need to address, but this here video camera on my phone only records so much in one talk. And finally, to summarize, we're going to put tariffs on stuff coming into this country of finished goods for any country that has a trade imbalance with us. Guess who that might be right now? Anyway, this is Redneckerson with his tax and employment plan for America. We got some more details coming, but this would kind of give you the main bullet points. Over and out to next time. Bye.